Libra, welcome to a general reading on guidance for April. Just a general guidance reading for guidance in April. And I was shuffling the cards, just kind of wondering whether this was the one I should record or not. And a lot were jumping out, so there's a lot of guidance for April. I will be using possibly my own deck. No judgment, check your hormones. If you're a lady, definitely check your hormones. I was kind of getting this before. I was wondering, should I do this just for ladies, or because I typically do Libra ladies a lot. So if you're a male, check your hormones too. If you've been moody, if you've been sad for no reason, if you've been acting in a way that's just not your norm and you're like, what's going on? Definitely check your emotions, male or female, I'm gonna say. And the other card was no judgment from my personal deck. So whatever comes up in this reading, don't judge yourself. There might be some cards in protection. And there might be just some things that you've been thinking about. And try not to have judgment for yourself. Because that really doesn't get you anywhere, does it? Just gets you more into some shadow stuff. I will be using the Enchanted Map, Oracle cards, Angel cards, and I will also possibly be using the Romance Angel cards. Yes, they are romance, but honestly, they communicate a lot more to me about not romance than than romance sometimes. Okay, so I will shuffle off camera maybe and see. You know what? I'm gonna shuffle on here. What should Libras know? Oh my god, see? Like, what should Libras know for April? Okay, yep. What should Libras know for April? What should Libras know? Yep. What should... Jesus. Alright, that's probably a bit much. And I can feel that there's so much more. Okay, I'm gonna take this stack in tow. I'm gonna organize these cards. I don't know if we have enough time for all this. There's listening. There's a secret, the Gentle Gardener in reverse. This came up when I was asking for guidance on what to talk about. This is making a decision. Education. Coming to life. In protection. One Ring Circus. Magic Prayer. Movement and protection. And Spark and protection. And then these, oh no, I don't remember if these were reverse or not. I think this was it. Yeah, this feels right. Wishing Well. Metamorphosis and protection. The Magical Map Shifter. Deep Freeze. Yeah. Wide Open. Goblins. And Dream. Field of Dreams in protection. I'm gonna see what the Romance Angels have to say, as if we don't have enough cards on the... Yeah. Anything else about April? Guidance for Libras? Okay. I feel like you got one more for me. Guidance for Libras watching this in April. Guidance for... I knew it. Alright. Okay. Oh, let's see what is going on. April. What is the narrative here? Okay, Libras. You ready for this? Let's see what comes up. Well, firstly, for the Romance Angels, there's Unrequited Love. There is Keep an Open Mind. There was Flirt in reverse. There's Soulmate in reverse. The card that jumps out at me right off the bat is the Listening card. So and it's not in it's in the upright position, and it's over here. I would say that whatever is about to be said, have an open, be open to what you might be hearing. There is quite a bit of protection on the board. We have Field of Dreams and Gentle Gardener in protection, and these two are very much like sister cards. They have to do with the same thing. It's about your what you've planted, your dreams, your wishes, your what you want, your desires, and watching out your garden and making sure that there's no weeds in it. Your garden of intentions, your garden of your dreams, your like what it is you kind of want to come to pass, whatever it is you've been like manifesting, you could even say. And they're both in protection. So there's something about like what you've been putting out there, what you want, and having it, and some gentle warnings about that. We do see goblins in the upright position, and for it to be in the same kind of oddly enough, like when I lay certain cards, they feel right in certain places. So I've really taken that into account when it comes to like intuition. It's crazy. So for goblins to be in the same line, I believe it is talking about you might have some goblins, some like demons, like hidden, not demons, but like hidden blockages, that like mental blockages, things that trip you up, that are active in your garden. So like weeds, right? Like weeds that are sucking up the nutrients in your garden, and that are delaying what it is that you want, and maybe even bringing forth some things that you don't want because you've been thinking of how much you don't want them. You hear me? And then the magical map shifter is here, which kind of tells me that some things definitely can change, and you have the power to change. And we end with, at least the spread ends with wide open. So you are open. You like listening to the gentle guidance that this will be for. That'll give you this will leave you open, and be open to what you might need to do, what you might need to shift. I do see the movement card in reverse, and for it to be in reverse, I was wondering if the deep freeze would also show up, and it did. So, and they're right next to each other. So, some things that you, okay, I'm getting a bigger picture here. There's some things that you've planted, some things that you want, some things that you've been thinking about, and you might want to check them to see what's going on in your field of dreams, in your mental garden, and do some gardening. It's springtime, maybe refresh them on, and check for goblins. Like check your thoughts, check your shadow thoughts around what you want. So a shadow thought is what is basically like from my understanding, and maybe I'll post a shadow video in the link description below. It's like an amazing presentation. It's about how the parts of ourselves that we kind of put in the dark, the parts of ourselves that we repress and shun. I'm all about positive thinking, but there's something about, your thoughts become things, and what you create your own reality. And the reality that you might be creating right now, as we're getting guidance to kind of shift that, is you might be creating a reality right now where you are also giving birth more so to some weeds than what you want. And that kind of tells me that even if you're doing positive thinking, there's a part of you that's heavily your energy, your feelings are running away from something rather than addressing it. So let's say the way that I like to explain this in a way that makes it accessible to people, and the presentation is amazing. Definitely, if this resonates and you just anybody, like, watch that video, the presentation. Basically, like, let's say you're like, for eating, right? Let's say you're feeling pain or sadness, and in order to stop that pain and sadness, you eat, you smoke, you drink, you indulge in activities that more so cover it up, and you're trying to feed that part of you that's sad or angry or lonely, whatever it is, but you're feeding it the wrong food, because you're feeding it So if we stick to food, you're feeding it actual food. You're feeding it actual food when really this pain, this cut, this injury, this sadness is in your emotional body. And so we tend to feed stuff with things that they don't need. The only way, the thing that we really need is to face it, right? So if you're feeling sad, address your sadness. If you're feeling angry, address your anger. Don't run away from it. So if you're planting dreams, manifesting something, money, wealth, like romance, whatever it is, don't feed the trolls. And by that, I mean look at the trolls and really address them within yourself. Enough about that, because we do have the rest of the spread, but I am seeing that there is going to be some slow movement, either as a result of not addressing the trolls or as something that comes along with just your journey. There might be some slow movement in this next phase of April, and know that it is a part of it. And I'm not sure. I'm trying to understand if the goblins aren't addressed, or even as they are addressed, or if that is a part of what's slowing you down. Will this ever happen? Will I ever get this? That type of thing. And it is dimming your spark, and you're not shining. So you may not be shining, rather. I am seeing here that you have made wishes, obviously. I mean, these are major wish cards, but you may need to just remember to walk away from them and let them be. So release, allow, let go. And there is going to be some challenges coming up, maybe in unrequited love, because this did land here. So this will be quite a challenging situation. However, it seems to be a part of the plan, and you may have to kind of cool it for a bit in order for you to open up. There is something here about making a choice, and I've been getting this a lot in the love readings I was doing. Check those out. There is a one-ring circus and this deep freeze, so there might be something that you have to be doing alone, or you might have to look at your pride in certain areas. Consulting the book The Magical Map Shifter talks about, which is funny, right after unrequited love and this metamorphosis. I mean, this is, God, you can't make this up. It says, when the magical map shifter card arrives, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. And here, right here, we have metamorphosis. So there's growth here, and it might be a sting of a growth, which again, there's unrequited love. So you might meet someone, or might realize something, or whatever the case may be in your April. The guidance is you might meet someone who will help you with your personal growth, and it goes on to say they'll either make you like your best you, if it's your soulmate, or someone who leads you out of a difficult situation. Pay attention to the individuals who cross your path. Be awake and aware you recognize them for the important agents that they are. So it initiates you to be a better person. And here Deep Freeze talks about taking a rest. This is a really gentle reminder that you've been through some things, and you want to take a rest, just kind of chill out. Quite funny. Chill out and keep an open mind came out around here too. So keep an open mind about lack of movement and moving really slowly. I'm surprised the mountain card didn't show up, but Deep Freeze did show up. So you might have to really take some steps back from something that will be going on here, and it's okay. Just keep your spark up, and you will be wide open. The magical prayer is also another wish card. So your dreams are definitely, there's an awareness of your dreams. Just keep your garden clean. Address those fears within yourself about what's going on. And it's good that it's right beneath the goblins, because here the spark card says sometimes your fire gets doused by others who don't want you to be all you can be, and sometimes this can be yourself, or there are some people at play. I mean, this does talk about people who show up to shift things in your life. It does feel like there's probably going to be some people, possibly romantically, in that capacity. And this also talks about allowing yourself to be consumed by a thought, feeling, or situation that you're in danger of becoming completely burned out. Right beneath the goblins too. So be definitely check your thought, like check your mind, check what's burning you out, and and just breathe through it, right? Like there might be some slow movement, so you might be frustrated about certain things. But remember that you still have the power over, you're still sovereign over your own life. And so don't abdicate your ability to make the choice for yourself, right? Like don't delegate it to someone else and say, fine, you do it, you decide. No one can take that away from, no one can take your choice away from you. So if you're feeling a little bit helpless based on the slow movement and having to pause over certain things, know that you're still in control. You still have some control, but you might have to take a rest and just kind of surrender to the slow moving of it. Which is kind of funny because even though this lady's on the rock, she has an elephant which moves slowly. So there might be some slow movement in something that you've been wanting, either due to this doubting of yourself, or something very similar to that energy. I feel like flirting talks about possibility, and it came here. So maybe you're not flirting with life. Playfulness. It says, extend your lighthearted energy to others, and I think others might be your garden. And in addition to this, just the general vibe of this, I think this sums it up quite nicely, which is at the top, and it says, surrender your wishes and desires to spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you. As long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power, be assured that you're on the right path. So be gentle with yourself, dear Libra. That's kind of the guidance I'm getting. Some things might be slow, but they're working towards something good. Okay? Be well.